Viewer discretion is advised due to the explicit language I'm about to use to describe the fuckery by Leonard Ellerbe on behalf of one Gervonta Tank Davis when it comes to his obvious ducking of one Vasyl
And
Lomachenko.
everybody
I
else at
understand this
130.
is going to ruffle a lot of feathers of the Gervonta Tank Davis fanboy fan
So I
club,
brought you all
but I
some
am big
Kleenex.
cool and I don't give a damn.
No fucks
Let the
given.
truth begin.
Leonard Ellerbe further confirms publicly that his fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis, is ducking Vasyl Lomachenko. This shit is whack, man. This is what he had to say about this fuckery, this foolery, this ducking ass Gervonta Tank Davis, and what they had planned for him in the near future.
There's talk about Lomachenko Davis because he's fighting this week. Bob's a master at this. He's a terrific promoter, and he says things to try to generate publicity for a fight that not many people want to see. And it's not Lomachenko's fault. It is what it is. That's none of my business. But I know he says certain things. Bob's really good at a lot of things. I know him very well, and it's just typical Bob. But I'll say this. The reason why they're bringing up Gervonta Davis' name is, again, there's not talk about the opponent he has. So they have to create some type of interest and get some talk going about something. And Gervonta Davis is one of the biggest, youngest rising stars in the sport. Aram knows damn well that the Lomachenko Davis fight is not getting ready to happen. I don't know what they're telling Lomachenko, but they should keep Gervonta Davis' name out of their mouths. Why are they talking about Gervonta Davis? Because listen, what we're doing is what we're going to do, and not Bob Arum or anyone else is going to tell us how to move our kid and what we're going to do. Our kid's going to be the biggest star in the sport, and I am very confident of that because we know what we're doing. We have a plan, and our plan is going to work. See, that's that bullshit right there. That's that bullshit. That is that bullshit. Trying to sit up here and spin it like motherfuckers are really, you know what I'm saying, on Gervonta Davis' job.
Nope, not at
This
all.
dude ain't sold out shit.
Nada.
He ain't fought nobody other than Jose Pedraza.
And that was 2 years
You know what I'm
ago.
saying?
Damn.
What you gonna say, Liam Walsh? He couldn't even goddamn get Abner Mares in the ring due to a detached retina. And that still was a fight that was highly criticized, and rightfully so. You bringing up a guy who started at what, 118? And you gonna expect him to come from 126 to 130 and be successful against a guy who is a bullshitter and currently ducking Vasyl Lomachenko, but he's a gifted fighter. Physically, tremendous hand speed, very accurate on his punches, very good power puncher, very athletic. But come on, man. This motherfucker won't fight nobody of upper echelon skills to save his fucking life. And this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous, man. He talks about, being a pay-per-view draw,
How
being
when
the
you ain't
biggest
fought
star in
nobody?
boxing. The only way to obtain all that shit you talking about is to face some big name fighters. Face
Bingo.
some champions in some unification bouts. Win those fights, you know what I'm saying? Make your name bigger. But they choose to want to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa. No disrespect to Yuriorkis Gamboa. None at all. Very good fighter, former Olympic gold medalist, former champion. So he should be respected. But this guy is 37 years of age. 37 years of age. And you're about to set him up for an ass beating that he doesn't need. He don't need to get in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis, especially not having earned that title shot. But this is what boxing has been ripped down to, giving fighters undeserved title opportunities when it's clear that there are better options out there for whoever it is. In this case, we're talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's look at the resume of Yuriorkis Gamboa. 37 years old, like I said. 5 foot, 5.5 inches tall. His last, 8 fights, he's 6-2. but a couple of those can be questionable, especially that Jason Sosa fight where he was dropped and deducted a point, but still won a majority decision back in 2017. His most recent fight came against Miguel Beltran Jr., where he won a unanimous decision, but he got stopped or he quit against Robinson Castellanos back in 2017. You know what I'm saying? Then he got stopped back in 2014 at the hands of the current pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, Terrence Crawford, in the 9th round, which that was a terrific fight. But to be honest, since that fight, he hadn't looked like Gamboa. You have to go all the way back to fights against Jonathan Barros, Orlando Salido, Jorge Solis, you know what I'm saying, Daniel Ponce de Leon, you know what I'm saying, Roger Matagua, and he just obliterated him, you know what I'm saying? So this guy has seen his prime come and go at a quick rate, at a fast rate. And now you expect him to turn the clock back, not to beat Davis, but to give him a competitive fight. Get the fuck out of here. And people are going to say, well, you just hating on Davis. Look at Gamboa's record. He's 29-2. But didn't you just hear what the fuck I said? Out of his last 8 fights, yes, he's 6-2, but 2 of those fights are questionable, especially the one versus Jason Sosa. But y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all want to continue to be a fanboy, you know what I'm saying, jock ride Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather and turn the other cheek and don't see no wrong with what they doing. But it's a big wrong that they're doing. And while y'all out here defending them and making excuses, y'all just looking straight up foolish because, you know what I'm saying, y'all tuning in to see him fight guys who I respect because they're professional boxers, former champions, but clearly they're past their prime. And you can say what you want about me and my feelings on this situation, but I'm keeping it 100. I respect Davis as a fighter. You know, to step in that ring automatically earns my respect. But I'm not about to sit here and be quiet and not call a spade a spade. Call a duck a ducker. You know, this guy, when it comes to Vasyl Lomachenko, always had these crazy demands. It should be, I'll fight him if it's on pay-per-view, 50-50 split, or whatever the fuck it is, to seem like he wants that fight, but no, damn well he don't want that fight. He ain't no fucking pay-per-view draw. Neither one of these guys are a fucking pay-per-view draw, but especially not no fucking Tank Davis. This motherfucker is not on the level that he thinks he's on, that Leonard Ellerbe thinks he's on, that Floyd Mayweather Jr. thinks he's on, and that his delusional fans think he on. This motherfucker won't even get in the fucking ring with Tevin, I can't crack an egg Farmer. He won't even fight this man. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Farmer, who's a talented fighter in the IBF junior lightweight champion. I'm just saying, it ain't just about Vasyl Lomachenko and him not wanting to fight him. He ain't even fighting goddamn Tevin Farmer. He ain't fighting Miguel Burchell. He ain't fighting Ito, the WBO junior lightweight champion. Hell, if you don't want to fight the champions, at least fight a top contender. Joseph Diaz, who I believe is ranked number, let me make sure. I think he's ranked number 3 in the WBA behind Rene Alvarado, a guy he's already beaten. Oh, no, not Davis beating him. That's a guy that Gamboa has beaten. Then he's behind Ricardo Nunes, who is 29-9. But right there, you got Joseph Diaz, 28-1, only lost to Gary Russell Jr. And then you got Abner Mares back there. Albert Machado is at number 7. So those are 3 guys that say, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to fight the champions right now. At least fight one of those guys. But he's going to say, well, you know, Joseph Diaz, he's with a Golden Boy, which have aligned themselves with DAZN. Bullshit, man. If you want to fight, the fight will happen. The fight will happen. At least fight Andrew Cancio. Shit. I'm pretty sure he's not contractually aligned with nobody. Pulled the upset off against Alberto Machado, stopping him in the 4th round. So if you're not going to fight Farmer, Ito, or Burchell fight Diaz, Cancio, and if Machado can, avenge a loss, if he fights that rematch with Cancio, fight him. But that ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. Everybody else around Tank Davis is fighting and want to fight somebody that will give them a test. Teofimo Lopez only has, 10 professional fights? Only 10 professional fights, and he itching to get a fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. He's positioning himself to fight potentially a Luke Campbell or Richard Comey. Fucking Shakur Stevenson taking a fucking big step up against Christopher Diaz. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It is what it is with this shit. This is some bullshit. Gervonta Tank Davis is ducking Vasyl Lomachenko. And you got to start the question, is he ducking everybody else? If the fighters want the fights to be made, the fights will get made. Ain't none of these guys I mentioned are pay-per-view stars. At least not yet. And Davis talking about he want to see 20 million before his daughter turns 3. Delusional if he thinks that's going to happen with the competition he's been fighting, if he continues that on moving forward. But, it's going to be Yuriorkis Gamboa. He's not even fighting a guy that's close to his prime. He's not fighting a Yuriorkis Gamboa who, went through Matagwe, dominated Orlando Salido, dominated Jonathan Barrows, dominated Solis. He ain't fighting that guy. He not even fighting the guy that gave Terrence Crawford fits. He fighting a guy that should have lost to Jason Sosa. He fighting a guy that fucking quit against Francisco Fonseca. He's fighting a guy that's just coming off of a decision victory over Miguel Beltran Jr. And y'all talking about this motherfucker the truth. This motherfucker ducking, cuz. He ducking, and that is plain and simple, man. Hey, the truth has been spoken. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy the content throughout the channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on to be notified every time I upload content. Feel free to drop your comments in the comment section down below whether you agree or disagree with me. I enjoy a friendly, respectful debate, conversation. Share these videos all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, share them. Shout out to the movement and everybody that is moving with us. Be sure to check out 3kingsboxing.com for your latest and greatest updated, unfiltered, and unbiased boxing news and information reported the way it should be. Until next time, I am out. Peace.